Hey there, and welcome to another tutorial, and this tutorial will be on fire. So, uh, let me just show you the end result. So, oops, render, select all of them by pressing A, and right here, Control up, arrow, and press Alt A. And once we're finished, we'll get a result like this. Pretty cool, actually. Okay, so now let's go back to the default view and let's just render it out, and I'll show you what I did with this already. And we want to get rid of this. And it'll render nicely. I made the paper sky a black color, so just check that and make it black, because fire will look better with black. Check ambient occlusion, which will just light the scene better, and make the factor 0.25, because if it's all the way up, it's gonna get some weird results sometimes. I know it didn't that time, but still 0.25. Set it to multiply because it is usually on add. Environmental lighting is 0.3, and change and weight is its original, so that should be good. Okay, so now let's just add a plane, and it all renders good. And we'll add a particle system, and we'll name this fire, and leave it as an emitter. You do not want hair for this. Now the number of emitted particles will be quite high, much more than 1,000, because we need a lot of particles to make it look like fire. So let's change it to 18,000. That should be good. So I'll make the end 250. Make the lifetime 5 to 10. I'll just go with 5 and make the random. Do we need the random? Yeah, because we want it to be scattered a little bit. And you can see that it's given us the particles. And change this to random too. Looks better. Okay. Yeah, you better save this. So just pointing that out. Okay, let's make the normal 0.3. And what the normal will do is right there, it'll just give it a starting speed, and that starting speed is going down, which is good. And I think everything's good here. Oh wait, set the random to 0.5 so that it doesn't all go the same distance. That's good. That's good. Physics are good. Material 1, and leave the emitter for now, but later we'll uncheck that so that it does not render the emitter. Change that to none, because if we render it like this, it'll show us a bunch of splotches, and we don't want that because it's not going to be exactly glowing, even though fire does glow. But okay, change the display to point, shield weight and gravity to 0 so that it does not fall, and it will go up, as you can see. Okay, save that. And now we're gonna start using smoke. So let's just check smoke and flow. Then we want to make a domain object. Go into wireframe view by pressing X. Scale out on the X-axis a little more and bring that up. And make sure that the domain, which is this, is that you want to make sure that the flow object is inside of the domain, because if it's not, it won't work right. And okay, see, look, no smoke. Back, no smoke. Bring this down. Be a smoke. Even though the smoke is terrible. It really is. Actually, it looks a little like a mushroom cloud, which we do not want at all. because we're not making an explosion. So anyways, let's check this initial velocity, and that'll just make it look a little better. Absolute density should be checked, and make the temperature difference to make it look more like fire, even though it doesn't look like fire at all right now. Okay, save. I like to save a lot. I learned the hard way. Okay. Now we want to set the divisions. We can. Well, hold on. Let's just want to make sure that this is rendering out good. And it's rendering the domain object, which it should not be doing. Let's just set up a better camera angle for starters. Now let's see how that looks. And I don't know why it's rendering that. Oh, uncheck render, and you should be able to see the smoke. Ah, can't say I know why it's doing that. Alright, let me just pause it for a minute. Okay, back. Sorry, just remembered that it will render like that until we add the actual texture, which we will be doing soon. Okay, so let me just show you. In this blend, I have the smoke division set to 100, and the smoke hide resolution divisions to 2, and FFT. So let's check that, FFT, and I am not going to set it to 2, and I'm only going to set this to 50, because well, let's just say it'll take a long time, and I don't have a lot of time right now. So let's just leave it as that, because we need to bake it. And I will be back shortly. And you have to save a file before you can bake. Let me just point that out. And then you just bake it, and it'll do what it has to do. And I'll just pause this for a minute, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey there, sorry, I forgot to do one thing, and that is to dissolve this so that it fades out, kind of. I'm really sorry, it's just baked, but yeah, my bad. And the time was set to 15. Let's set it to 10. Okay, now let's save and bake again. I'll see you in another few minutes. Okay, I'm back, and this is the finished product of the smoke. You can see it's fading out a little up here, which is nice. Okay. Now, let's make a new texture, and we'll call this flames, and we're gonna make 2 textures. We'll call this one, well, you don't have to call it anything, but I'll call it Fire 1. This will be Fire 2 RAM. And all we want to do for this is change this to voxel data and change it to cube, which is our domain object. Leave that as is, and we want to check density. Set that to mix, and 1 minute. Just delete this for a minute. Now, I'll show you the texture in this one. Oops. The influence is density. I don't know why. What's doing? Alright, right. I forgot to change this to volume. Change the density to 0. Density scale 5.55. This takes a lot of experimenting. Oops. 0.55. Okay. So now we check density and uncheck that. And now let's say fire ramp. Change this to voxel data as well, and make this cube, and make this emission 2 and multiply. Now we're going to check ramp. We're going to add 2 more, and we're going to go 1, that's 2, 3. Okay, so for this one, we want to make it a red with total alpha, like so. And for this one, we just want to make it RNG with not full alpha. And we want a lot of flames, so the farther you move the sliders this way, the less flames you will have. But I want a lot of flames, so that's what I'm doing. And now it's going to take a while to render, and you can see a little spark there. Let's just exit out and press Alt A. Let's find a good frame. Should be good right there. Now you see fire. But it's a bit smaller than intended, but that's okay. And I think that there's a little too much flame and not enough smoke. So I'll select this again. Now let's see how that renders out. That's a lot better. Yeah. Okay, let me check time. Okay, well guys, yeah, that's pretty much all. That's how to make fire, and it will play all out. So if you render it out, then you'll get some nice fire textures. This one turned out a little bit different than this one. But it's all good. So anyways, thanks for watching. And once again, should get something along the lines of this. Once you render it out. Ta-da. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.